Hello, everyone. I've come here to talk to you about the purchasing project of quality literature for our final project. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen here with you. Okay, so we had $1,000 to spend inside the classroom, and from the first topic is the diversity in culture. I chose Red Kite, Blue Kite, and I feel like Red Kite, Blue Kite will allow the students to access across the board curriculum. Social studies, reading fluency, writing, math, and science. And purchasing 25 books allows this for a whole class activity. The Matatu is a setting of East Africa, which is a generational story folktale that teaches minimal language and vocabulary. Compare and contrast differences of transportations among different cultures. The Dancing Turtle. This is a folktale that presents cleverness, problem solving, and traditions within cultures. Amazing Grace focuses on the diversity while teaching emotional and social needs, English and creative writing, art, which is the react, and self-portrait. The Bat Boy and His Violin. The Bat Boy and His Violin is a great book where we often see children not being able to follow a passion over the demands in society. The diversity in this book shows how they are able to not overcome things within the world's outlook, but even inside their own homes. So this will be able to use to have children create a passion project. A True Princess of Hawaii. A True Princess of Hawaii is amongst one of the many books of diversity. Along with diversity, this book goes along with folktales of where she lives. So a lot of these books that I've been going about could have been between the diversity and then also in our folktale or traditions area. The next one is personality and social development. Don't Laugh at Me. Don't Laugh at Me has vocabulary focusing on social and emotional development, and it allows students to find resolution to the conflict. This also helps them recognize why acceptance is essential, and then also to be able to show empathy and respect towards others. Freckle-Faced Strawberry. Freckle-Faced Strawberry touches on social emotional learning and how to develop personal growth and self-control. Owl Babies. Owl Babies is a cute, fun book that is a great addition to a preschool or kindergarten room. This allows them to find development and personality while they find themselves learning to trust the outside world without their mother. So coming into school, most of the students kind of seem very shy and timid. They are trying to figure out how this new world works without having their parent by their side. The next section is ABC Counting. Victor Vicuna's Volcano Vacation. So this helps with letter recognition, all while learning about science and new vocab words. Farm 1, 2, 3 gives students the opportunity to start learning how to count along with identifying animals that belong to the farm. The short book enables the start of vocabulary. The Alphabet Forwards and Backwards will be a great book for students to learn letter recognition, along with giving them a confidence boost when they realize that they can do something most adults may not be able to do. The Outsiders. The Outsiders is a great book for teaching the students about diversity. This book will be a great addition for group reading, allowing the thoughts of other students to open up further discussion. First Fire, a Cherokee folktale. While learning about the traditions of the Cherokee, we are able to work on comprehension and observation, focusing on language arts, conjunctions, parts of the sentence, and vocab. Science would be classifying animals, adaptations, and history would be locations or map work. The Fox's Kettle is a traditional tale focuses on characterization in Japanese cultures, which show the influence a tale has for generations. These last two books are under the traditional and folklore, along with Pancho Rabbit and the Coyote is a tale among the diversity in culture we see today. The separation of Papa from the family is common in these types of situations, and even to some of the students that we'll see that come into our classrooms. The Legend of the Loon It creates the storytelling of a legend and legends that we find in different cultures. On to poetry, I have Shout. Shout is a memoir of poems in story form, allowing creativity to flow to tell the story for readers who may have trouble connecting to longer chapter books. There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat. There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat is a catchy little poem songbook, and the book allows students to be creative by rhyming and being able to tell stories in a short form. Imagine. Imagine shows how a boy who learned to read and write was able to later in life become a poet. It allows students to imagine beyond the few words on the page. City I Love expresses life we see in our cities in short verses of poems. On to realistic and historical fiction, The Giver. The Giver's Dynamic is another great book to read as a class or in small groups. This book opens a discussion to endless possibilities to what a perfect society would be. Marching with Aunt Susan recalls the rights many had to face over the years, along with showing a cruel separation due to diversity. Seed by Seed is another great story learning about the man who went across the world to produce fruit by using a seed. Pies from Nowhere teaches about the civil rights and how one woman was able to overcome the hardships she had to endure. So all of these books touch on each of the topics. And we had the total of $1,000 to spend. My total spent was $999.19, leaving 81 cents left.